Hey everyone, Joey here, and as you know, Anonymous pretty much hacked the Defense Ministry website for Russia, and a ton of documents had been leaked. And I want to read you one of those documents, or said documents. There is no confirmation if this actually came from there, but there is a document that is circling around right now, which I'll put over on my left. And I just kind of want to read some of the points out of here. This comes straight from Russia. And what's interesting is you can see that Russia was really caught off guard by how well Ukraine has been defending every single city. It talks about how there was some kind of meeting with businessmen all coming together, trying to make the Russian public not kind of panic over what's going on. They were talking about all the fortifications for Ukraine found or actually are still in Ukrainian hands, and they didn't expect that. They didn't have a tactical plan to take a lot of these places. They said that they had everything in the course of events and hoped to take everything in 1 to 4 days, which right now they're going on to the third day of this fighting. In the financial losses, interestingly enough, it goes on to say that Putin is spending close to $20 billion a day. $20 billion a day. And they thought that, once again, they would be able to take this for 1 to 4 days. They said when it comes to their rockets, they only had enough for 3 to 4 day ceilings, meaning only 3 to 4 days of bombarding the city, which is why it kind of looks like they're kind of slowing that down a little bit and just hitting different areas, which we talk about later in this letter. It goes on to say that there are no more weapons. The Tula plant and the Rothenberg plant can't fulfill any more orders, which would have been rifles and bullets. There's not enough weapons, and that they won't get any more for 3 to 4 months, and they can't hold on for that long. They talk about there's no raw materials, which has been confirmed. There's a lot of Russian tanks that are just stopped dead in the middle of the street because they can't get any kind of oil, because by now they thought they would have some kind of airfields, which is the one they're talking about, the one 40 miles south of Kiev. That one was one that they were hoping to have, and last night they sent paratroopers, but that ultimately failed. They said that previous deliveries from Finland and Germany are now blocked, which would have been their supply. They discussed that if Ukraine holds up for 10 more days, they will have to sit down at the negotiating table because they won't have enough money, weapons, or resources to continue. They go on to say in here that they're not really scared about sanctions. Instead, what they're doing is to go ahead and get things going and kind of go in their direction is they're trying to scare the public. And this is where those weapons kind of come in, that they're trying to say here. They are preparing to pretty much hit civilian buildings to scare the public and scare the officials into saying, we need to stop this bloodshed. Yes, that's kind of where they're at right now. So they said here, the translation is a little off, but it says, the whole plan is to hope for panic, and that they would surrender themselves or the president would run away. And that they expect that that one I mentioned earlier, the one 40 miles south, would go ahead and surrender, and other cities would then follow their example to avoid bloodshed. They went ahead and they finished it out by saying that they've met fierce resistance from the enemy and that they are shocked, and that their task now is to endure 9 more days to cause panic across Ukraine. Hopefully, then Ukraine will go ahead and give up. But that doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It looks like every single Ukrainian person out there is going to be fighting for their country. But I just wanted to go ahead and read to you that right there. If you want a copy of that, I'll try to find a way to get that all in the Dropbox so you can download it. But that is the latest that I have found so far online. And of course, I'm watching Ukrainian news. They're currently in Kiev behind me. They're actually reporting straight from the garage. You can see the cars behind them, because the other day when I started broadcasting, every 25 minutes, once they would get back upstairs, another air raid would go off. And right now, there's a ton of air raids. And currently, it is 5:14 p.m. here on Eastern time. So to give you an idea, the 7-hour time difference. So anyway, that is the latest. I just wanted to share that document with you guys, and I hope you're staying safe and sound.